Hi, my name is Michael Travers and I run a 5th edition D&D game. I actually run a couple of them, and currently in both we are working through the Curse of Strahd. Now I apologise for the light if it's rather terrible because it is rather bright today. Now what I want to cover is party composition and whether you should or should not let your group know what they will be facing ahead of time. Now I'm not necessarily talking about telling them the exact enemies they're going to fight. I think that would ruin the game, ruin the surprise, and truthfully make your job as a DM rather hard. What I'm talking about is letting the party know the theme of the campaign. For example, with Curse of Strahd, you are going to be fighting a lot of undead. Now, if people are aware of that, they may choose to bring appropriate classes, such as clerics and paladins, but if they're not, this can have a drastic impact on the balance of the game. As I said, I'm currently running 2 groups through this, and one of them was a party built specifically for the Curse of Strahd campaign. The other is a group that has transitioned from a previous game into this one, and I have to say there is a big difference in how these parties can handle the same encounters. Now, they're roughly the same level, they're roughly the same skill set, and in fact some of the party members actually cross over. However, it is drastically different how they are being able to handle these situations. So the reason I'm making this is to encourage you to actually talk to your parties and give them a heads up. I'm not saying you need to give away all your secrets, but I am saying that letting them know, making them aware that certain things are going to have certain consequences, it can make a big difference to the game and more importantly to the happiness of you and your players. Now the one thing I will say is that, like my one group, if you're transitioning from another game and people don't want to leave behind their characters, I would encourage you to make certain items available that will help combat the difficulties they may encounter. For example, fighting the undead, certain weapons are going to be very useful. Magical resistances, silvered weapons, things of this nature, we need to be able to combat those. And if you don't give the party the tools to do so, they are going to have a very difficult time. And either you'll need to water down your sessions, your combat encounters, or you do run the risk of party members dying without any real fault of their own, just to an imbalance basically within their party structure. As ever, if you're running the game, I think it's very important to make your own choices and add your own flavour. If you want this to be a very difficult setup, or if you want to make their lives very easy, that's fine, but I think just letting them know ahead of time, especially if there's going to be a big change in the tone of the game, is important to ensuring everyone is having a good time, and that's why people are here in the end.